gotta buy gowns, you gotta buy shoes, you gotta pay hair and makeup. I mean, it's very expensive to be me. I mean, it's terrible.
I know I'm no angel. I'm not even gonna lie. I am sitting here and I'm just imagining the comments. Hey, it's Bri, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this story time, you guys are gonna want to see Bri all the time, every time I upload. So if you've been here before, you already know I cannot tell a story without a little bit of backstory, because I need this to make 100% sense. And I need you to kind of see things how I see things for them to make sense, okay? That's why I always give you bitches backstory. I was hanging out with my mom yesterday. We went to dinner and she was asking me, like, all these sugar daddies you've had, all these rich guys that you've dated, why are you not somewhere on the west side sitting pretty, rent paid? Like, why are you not who we all know you can be? Because it's not like you've never had the opportunity to be taken care of. And honestly, I'm glad that if anybody was gonna ask me that, it was my mom, because I would never accept that invasion of privacy from anybody fucking else, okay?
I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
But because it was my mom, and also because I have kind of been asking myself that question as well, like, how do I keep fumbling the bag? But look, it's not me. The same story that I told my mom, I am gonna tell you. Because when she called me out in the restaurant, I really had to sit back and think about it. Like, I really felt like I was in an Oprah interview, because I was like, wait, she's making sense. I told my mom, I was like, look, the guys that I meet that have money, they're insufferable. I have yet to meet a guy with money where I feel like, damn, I just want to be around you. Like, you know how like Carisha got Diddy and like they go together real bad? I have yet to find a guy my age, older or otherwise, bitch, in the grave, it don't matter. I have not found a man yet that I am like, dude, I want to be around you like all the time and you got money. Basically, I have yet to find a man that is rich enough for me to shut the fuck up. Like, for instance, in the beginning of the year, I did a video and I basically said that my sugar daddy at the time, he pretty much built the SoFi Stadium. Like, he was a part of the team that built the SoFi Stadium where the Rams play. And honestly, that's the same sugar daddy from today. At the time, I thought that I was fucking winning, bitch. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. Like, at the time, even though I'm about to tell you what I'm gonna tell you today, I kind of felt like I was winning because he was giving me enough money to where I could shut up, and I was shutting up. But at the same time, he was the sugar daddy from hell for a reason. That is pretty much what inspired this story time today, because I really broke it down to my mom. These are the kind of guys that I have been attracting, and this is why I would rather continue to tell these stories on YouTube, because in the long run, I feel like that's gonna be better than dealing with whatever demons these guys have going on, okay? So now that you guys have a deeper understanding of what inspired this video, let me tell you a little bit about this particular sugar daddy, okay? So this was not my first time hanging out with this sugar daddy. I actually met him years before. I met him at a time in my life where I was just getting introduced to what it means to have a sugar daddy. I was just dipping my toe. I was just trying it out. This guy was one of my first sugar daddies. Why he didn't remember me all these years later, I can't tell you, girl. I don't know. But I played it to my advantage. When I was younger, I went on a date with this guy, and he was living downtown because he was a part of the LA Live development. So when I met this guy, LA Live was like a new concept in downtown Los Angeles. We went to a wine bar. I love wine. I had a pretty decent time, you know. The wine bar was walking distance from his apartment. So he got me like 2 bottles of wine and we walked back together to his apartment. Just now, it dawned on me that I feel like it's important for you guys to know this information. He's also a United States veteran. That is very important. I really can't remember. I think he was in the Navy, which is why I'm shocked that I made it this far without disclosing that information. On our first date years ago, when we went to that wine bar, bitch, as soon as we got back into his apartment, those 2 bottles of wine that he got for me, he literally like threw the wine across the counter, and he had like a nice kitchen area. Like, it was definitely marble like countertop. I will never forget how scared I was hearing those bottles break. And here's the gag. I wasn't even in his house for a solid 10 minutes. As soon as we walked in the door, bitch, he was flipping out. And he was like, "You don't want to make out with me. You don't even like me." And then he threw the shit across the counter. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, like, I don't really like you like that. Like, we're completely night and day, but I still have been like cordial. And I'm just trying to figure out if I want to have a sugar daddy or not. We are on 2 totally different vibrations. It scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea why he was being so aggressive when we got back to his house. As soon as we got back to his house, and I was very respectful. It wasn't like I was on my phone the whole date. I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as he did that, I kind of like stuck around for another like 15 minutes. And then I just took my L and left. I realized I was not gonna get any money from him because he scared me, bitch. Literally, he was scaring the hoes. Help me! Help me! I took my L. I asked him to Uber me back home, and that was it. I did not see that man for years. So let's fast forward to 2022. After I moved back to LA from Vegas, I was very much on my bullshit. I did not want to work. I did not see the point in working. I was looking for a new sugar daddy for sure, definitely. Especially now that I was back home. My lash tech is out here. My favorite nail salon is out here. My friends are out here. My favorite restaurants are out here. Like, bitch, I have a lifestyle to upkeep now that I'm back home. So I was really on finesse mode, like, period. I ended up reconnecting with this guy. One thing that I told my mom, and I will take the time to tell you as well, just for the sake of the story, a lot of these guys are lonely as fuck. I really feel like a lot of the guys that are on these websites that we hear about on TikTok and YouTube, all of those websites that you're signing up for when you type in sugar daddy, and I hate to break this to you because it hurts me as well, a lot of those guys are fucking miserable in their life. Like, they're not happy. They cannot afford the kind of women that they really, really want, or they're stingy. They're not actually generous. The women that they really want, they're too stingy to keep. Like myself, right? I'll go around you, I'll spend time with you, but as soon as I realize you're stingy or you're breadcrumbing me, bitch, I'm out of there, because it's somebody that's gonna give me exactly what I want on a consistent basis. And I have enough experience dating older guys to know that, like, a lot of them really are not happy. Even if he wasn't a veteran and he didn't have like all of that PTSD shit going on, I'm just being honest with you, okay? I'm just saying, I kind of knew what I was signing up for. He was messaging me, he was very much into me, and I was going with it. I told him straight up how much money I was looking for, and he doubled it. Like, the money that I asked him for, he added like at least $500 onto that. How could I say no? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this up to God. I'm trusting God. And honestly, at that point, I feel like it was a blessing because I already had experience with this guy. I already kind of know his temperament. I already kind of know he a little crazy. So I'm going into this situation knowing, okay, when it's time to go, you need to go. Like, this was a quick finesse to me, if I'm being honest. We went on one date. I was loving it at first. It's always the people that are fucking perfect in the beginning that turn around and be straight lunatics. I'm trying to tell you, bitch. So in the beginning, he was speaking my language. I told him the kind of food that I wanted. He picks the restaurant. I'm telling you, amazing first impression. I will give him that. Amazing. He picked the restaurant. It was nice. He actually had a sense of humor. I loved the banter. So we actually had to sit at the bar because the restaurant was crowded. And I remember there was like an old guy there, and the old guy guy was like, you know, he was like eating alone and he was like taking up all my attention. My date was actually like, okay, let's go. Let's do a little bit of bar hopping because I feel like we didn't get to spend the quality time that I really wanted to because that guy was sitting there eating alone and he just wanted to talk to anybody. So at that point, I had like 2 margaritas. We were doing like shots of tequila. I was like, hell yeah, let's bar hop. We had a great first date. I don't know what happened. I guess I blacked out in the Uber, but when I woke up the next day and I checked my bank account, bitch, even more money. Like, girl. So the $500 that he put on top of what I originally asked, it was like $300 on top of that, bitch. I was geeked. I was gassed. And the first date was actually fun. I like how he approached me. I liked his sense of humor. I liked the restaurant. I was really honest to God. I was trying to stick beside him. Understand, I did not want to fumble this shit. I don't know what happened. I feel like when I went home, his PTSD started kicking in. The first date was great. I had no problem with him when I got in my Uber and went home. But I had drank so excessively that when I got back home, bitch, I went straight to sleep again. I probably like ordered food and went straight back to sleep and I was dead for like the whole day. When I woke up, this where like the story get kind of weird. I checked my phone. My sugar daddy had been blowing me up. At this point, he was mad. He thought that I pretty much had taken advantage of him, that I got his hopes up. Mind you, this was because I was fucking hungover and I was asleep. Why do I need to apologize for being asleep when you know we was drinking like crazy last night? You know what? The allowance was bomb. He was the reason that I had my lash appointment booked, bitch. What did I do? I did what any logical bitch would do, and I kissed his ass and I said I was so sorry, babe. I was just having stomach problems, blah, 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 blah. How can I make this up to you? And then he texted me back and he was like,
you know what? Technically, we've only gone on 1 date and I should not have come at you like that. I should have been more trusting.
I really did think that that was weird, that he went from fuck you, bitch, you're a user, you took advantage of me, to oh my God, I can't believe I even said that to you. You didn't deserve that. Then he tried to break up with me, bitch. He tried to tell me
I don't think we should see each other anymore because I'm so embarrassed.
I was like, hold up. Now you doing too much. Cause you trying to cut me off? Oh no, I'm gonna secure this motherfucking bag. I started saying any and everything to make him feel like I'm here for you. I understand you. You know what? Actually, when you want to hang out again? My intention was, okay, you feel guilty. You did cuss me out for no reason. Tell me when you want to hang out with me again so I can gaslight you into giving me more money. I was able to finesse a second date out of this guy. It was very much mid. It was not as impressive as our first date. And that kind of disappointed me because you literally cussed me out in text. And now you're taking me to Yard House? Like, what the fuck? And I'm not saying Yard House is like a bad place. I will go to Yard House with somebody that's my age. You need to spend, bitch. You need to spend, old man.
But you got you a bad bitch. Spend some money on me.
He was kind of like, he was being so awkward. Like, even the vibe from the beginning, I could tell he was still like stressed out about the text that he sent me. And I was like, why are you more distraught than I am? And I'm the one that was on the receiving end. So you're a fucking weirdo. I let him get all those feelings off his chest, and I let him talk about, you know, how embarrassed he was and how, you know, he's ruined really good things in the past, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Remember, I already went on a date with this guy. I wanted to see if he was a liar. I asked him while we were waiting for our drinks at the bar, I was like, oh, so before you started building stadiums, like what did you do? And then he told me he was in the Navy. And then he started to tell me like how it kind of has an effect on him. That's why he was so embarrassed. Like, I don't know if he was trying to apologize to me or make me feel bad for him. I already dated somebody that will call me 29 times back to back, break up with me through text, and I was just fucking working or taking a nap. So I don't really know why he felt like I was just so over him, because he sent me some crazy ass texts like, can we move past this? I feel like every time I tried to change the subject until we got our drinks, he just kept bringing up those crazy ass texts. And to be honest with you, I don't really feel like he felt that bad. I feel like he was playing like a character. I feel like he was definitely dragging that shit because it was at least 2 or 3 days after the fucking situation happened. And clearly I'm cool enough to be sitting here across from you or right next to you, just like the first date. We get our drinks and we decided to leave Yard House because Yard House was moving slow as fuck. Like there was nobody at the bar, and for some reason we had the slowest bartender ever in life. I wasn't even that hungry. I just wanted to show him that I was gonna stick beside him and that it wasn't a big deal. That is why we went on this second date. So we end up Ubering and going to one of his favorite bars. When we walked into the bar, the bartender already knew him. She's like, oh, do you want your usual? He's like, yeah. The lady makes us drinks. The sugar daddy that I was with, he was boring that night. If I'm just being honest, like he was all in his feelings. I was like carrying the conversation. It felt like pulling teeth. I don't know how, but I ended up sparking conversation with a lady that was sitting right next to me. We were just chopping it up, talking, and I was drunk. I had probably like 2 lemon drops at that point on top of the drinks that I had at Yard House. So when I ended up in this conversation with the young woman next to me at the bar, I got lost in that conversation. She was psychic. She was like reading my palm and shit. And I was drunk. So I wasn't in sugar baby mode. I was in regular Brianna mode. I was not thinking about him. Low key, I completely fucking forgot about him. I'm not even gonna lie. The girl that I was talking to at the bar had a husband. She introduced me to the husband and everything. I have been on dates before where I spark up conversation with another woman and my date will go talk to her husband or her boyfriend. Once the 2 women start talking, the guys just go ahead and dap it up and like introduce themselves to each other because we're not gonna shut up. Like we're having a sister moment, bitch. Technically, I didn't really think what I was doing was weird. You guys can let me know if I'm the bad guy in the comments below. I know some of you bitches are gonna think that I'm the bad guy regardless, but I'm okay with that. I'm sorry, I was so consumed in the moment, I forgot he was even there. Later. The girl that I was talking to at the bar actually invited me to join her with her husband at another bar. At this point, bitch, I'm not even gonna lie to you, my vision was like, I was definitely on the verge of blacking out. Like, I was seeing double, bitch. But I was down to hang out more. I was like, oh, okay, let me just tell my date. Now remember, I was drunk, so I don't know how much time actually went by in real life. But I remember I told her, I was like, oh, I can't just leave. Like, I came with somebody. Let me go tell him that I'm going to leave with you. I start looking for this man. Because when I turned around, he wasn't sitting next to me anymore. I had to literally look for him. Like, I was looking for him. I was like going in the men's room. I was in the back of the bar because there was like a back patio. I was looking everywhere. And he was outside in the front waiting for his Uber when I finally fucking found him. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Because I was looking for him for so long. At that point, I felt bad. Like, I really felt bad. I was like, oh my God. Don't get me wrong. I could have Ubered myself home. It wasn't like, oh, I'm stranded, I need this guy. I just felt bad. I didn't talk to him or give him attention for that long that he had fucking disappeared. And then when I found him, his Uber was already about to pull up. Girl, he was yelling at me, dead ass. I don't know about you guys. I don't really like guys yelling at me. Like, I don't see the point in a grown ass man yelling at a woman.
I don't understand why you screaming and hollering. That's why Bitch, you look a mess.
So when he started yelling at me, I was like, what the fuck? Just like in the text message, you're flipping out. You're calling me a user.
I invited you out to spend time with you and you're ignoring me. You're ignoring me.
I mean, literally, this guy is like almost 50 years old and he's at the top of his fucking lungs.
You're ignoring me. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Fuck you.
I literally was standing there because I couldn't get past the fact that he was yelling at me in the first place. Like, this, what the fuck we doing? I saw him get in his Uber and drive away. I simply went back into the bar and told the girl and her husband, he's mad at me, let's go. I already told you guys at the beginning of the video, I already knew that this arrangement that I had with this particular sugar daddy, it wasn't going to last long. I already knew this. I don't remember what happened because I was drunk, But I do remember that the bartender came up to me when she realized that we were leaving, and she was like, oh, well, do you want to close out the tab because he left his card here? When she told me that he left his card and he was already yelling in my face, he was mad as fuck when he got in that Uber. Bitch, he was mad at me, okay? So when she told me that he left his card, bitch, I started freaking out. I was like, oh my God, he's so mad at me. Like, can you please call him and tell him that I'm gonna leave? Like, I don't want to deal with this right now. And I was serious. Like, I was not trying to get yelled at again. I told her, I said, at the end of the day, he was the one that was ordering drinks. She ordered some drinks for me. They're closing out their tab. Can you just go ahead and like call him and tell him to come pick up his card? Even though I was drunk, I confirmed with the bartender that I did not charge anything to his card. She was like, no, you're good. You can leave. I'll call him right now. Like, he comes here all the time anyway. And I told you guys when we walked into the bar that she made it very clear that she already knew my sugar daddy. So I'm thinking everything is cool. I leave the bar and I walk to the next bar with this lady and her husband. When we get to the next bar, they had like an air hockey table, and I was whooping everybody ass in air hockey, drunk as fuck, couldn't even see straight. And then I started walking to the front to go see where my Uber was, because I think my Uber was probably about like 4 minutes away, and I already know I can't see, like a bitch need glasses. So I was like, I'm gonna sit outside, I'm gonna get fresh air, I'm going to find my Uber. That is what my drunk ass was thinking. You can imagine how fucking shocked I was when I walk out the door and somebody grabs me aggressively by my arm. I was shocked. I'm like, who the fuck? Mind you, I was in Manhattan Beach. I don't have any enemies in Manhattan Beach. I was like, who the fuck? Tell me why it was my fucking sugar daddy. When I tell you, he grabbed the fuck out of me. He almost picked me up off the floor, bitch. He had a very good grip on my arm, and he was squeezing it, and I was like, oh my God, you're hurting me. And he was like,
You tried to steal my fucking card?
this where I start to look a little fucked up. I will admit, he had me by the arm, and he's accusing me of stealing his card, and he's doing it right in the entryway of the bar. I can't explain it, but I felt like something about that was racist as fuck. I was embarrassed. I was humiliated. And let me tell you, the story get fucking worse, which is why I said I kind of do look bad. He started patting me down. I mean, literally, like, he had me by the arm, and he was like patting me down, and he was like,
Let me see your purse. Let me see your fucking purse.
literally, I'm not making this up, like yelling at me like, let me see your purse, let me see your purse. I go in my purse because I really truly thought that I was innocent. I even asked the bartender, do I owe you anything? I was willing to fucking pay the bartender. I don't know how that man's card got in my fucking wallet. I had that man's card. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now, I could have told the story in a way that made me look completely innocent, but I didn't. I didn't look innocent. Clearly, I told that lady to call him, and clearly she did because he knew where to find me. But in my mind, I was innocent because I didn't even know I had it, number one. Why would the bitch give it to me, number two? Girl, when he pulled that red Bank of America card out of my wallet, my eyes was like this. I was shocked. I was shook. I was like, Brianna. Even me, I was like, bitch. It really did look like I was trying to steal from him, but I swear to God, I wasn't. He cussed me out. He cussed me out so bad. The only way I was really able to get away from him was because my Uber pulled up. So when I was in the Uber on my way home, you know, I got the window rolled down. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm trying to get some fresh air. And I kind of made peace with the situation because I was like, I really did not steal his card. I don't know how I ended up with his shit, but I definitely had it. Definitely did. And so I just made peace with the situation. I was like, you know what? I already know that this guy has anger problems and he's already looking for a reason to fly off the handle. I know that I was not trying to steal from him. I'm just gonna leave this up to God. Like, I'm just gonna let this situation go, because at that point I did look bad and there was nothing that I could fucking do to make myself look good. Like, I was so drunk I could not explain why I had his card. Even right now I can't explain to you guys why I had his fucking card. Even though I wasn't 100% innocent in this situation, I do still feel like this was a sugar daddy from hell because, like I said, I made peace with the situation. I knew he was mad at me because he had me by my arm in midair. So I knew he was pissed because he literally manhandled me. I couldn't do the yelling. I couldn't do the manhandling. And I was just over him. And honestly, I thought the feeling was gonna be mutual. I thought he was gonna be over me too. I don't need to get on here and lie to you guys. If I wanted to take that man's card, even if it was a drunk thought, like, ooh, I'm gonna take his card and I'm gonna cash at myself money. I have told you guys worse things. If I really want to scam him, if that was really my fucking intention, I don't have no problem telling you guys that. I was fucking drunk. So drunk to the point I don't remember how shit went down. I'm gonna release this to the universe. I'm not gonna walk around with this burden. I'm not gonna stress myself out. If it's not meant to be, it's not fucking meant to be. If I told you we had a great first date and I still woke up to multiple phone calls and crazy ass text messages, can you imagine what the fuck I woke up to after this guy made up in his mind that I was trying to steal from him? He was mad at me to the point he was like threatening my life. And honestly, that scared the shit out of me because he literally was in the Navy. He probably do know how to kill me in multiple different ways. Like, I mean, I can sit here and laugh about it now, but at the time, I was so fucking paranoid. When I wake up and I see all these fucking accusations, I see all these fucking texts, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call him on the phone, and if he's willing to be decent or to be cordial or to let me fucking speak, then maybe we could work something out. No, as soon as he answered the phone, he was cussing me out, bitch. He was cussing me out so bad. Like, bro, you don't even know me. So you are literally just losing your fucking mind and not even giving me the chance to fucking explain myself. So you know what I did? Doop. Like, what the fuck, bitch? When I hung up on him, I was like, when you want to calm down and give me the opportunity to explain myself, I will do that, but I am not gonna talk to you at the level that you're at right now. When I tell you I got called everything but the child of God, I was so many bitches. I was like, okay, boom, I need to block you. So I blocked him. Why did I get like 12 calls from a totally different number? And then I got text messages from a totally different number. Bitch, I had to block 3 numbers. He was literally blowing up my phone, threatening me.
I said, oh, jump scare.
And I was like, what the fuck did I get myself into again? And you know what? At the end of this story, I can honestly say it didn't really hurt my feelings that he thought that I stole his credit card. What bothers me is how he fucking dragged it out. He's one of those people that cannot be at peace, because I was like, bro, I'm not gonna argue with you. If you're gonna call me all kind of bitches, if you're gonna call me out my name, block. And for him to say, you're not gonna block me, I'm gonna call you from this number, I'm gonna text you 47 times from this number, like, you have mental problems. Like, literally, you showed me that years ago, you're showing it to me again. And even though in this situation it does look like I fucked up, like, I don't look completely innocent in this situation, and I totally understand that, but I still feel like he dragged it. And honestly, I should have recognized that he was telling me to not fuck with him. I should have not been so focused on the allowance, and I should have like taken it for what it was. Like, if a guy tells you, oh no, like, I always do this, I always ruin a good thing, we should not fuck with each other, you should take him serious. I don't know, I literally, even as I sit here and I think about what happened that day, I feel like he tried to gaslight me. I feel like he knows he's a fucked up person. He knows he's crazy. He knows that something is wrong with him. And like, he took that one little situation and made it way more than it was. Even if you thought that I stole from you, even if you thought that I was that kind of person, why would you need to blow me up on multiple numbers? A bitch like me, I would just be like, damn, you're a thief, blocked. I wouldn't even want to go back and forth with you. But he felt the need to like terrorize me. That's my story about the sugar daddy from hell. I'm not even gonna lie, I am sitting here and I'm just imagining the comments. I know I'm no angel, but seriously, I have been on YouTube long enough. If I wanted to steal from that man, I could just tell y'all, but that was not my intention. So actually, I'm kind of embarrassed telling this story, but you guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know your experiences with a sugar daddy, if you guys have ever had a sugar daddy, and if you ever dealt with a crazy one, because I don't know, I've dated so many different kind of guys. I might be fucking jaded at this point. I don't know. I'm very curious to hear from you guys in those comments. Like, this is a video where I really want to see what you guys have to say. With that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking through all the way to the end, and I will see you in the next video. Till next time.